Guys, to this module. So what I want to talk about here is domains and subdomains and what is the difference. So a domain might be google.com, so www.google.com. As you can see here, new Zenler, so www.newzenler.com. Okay, so this is a domain. Okay, this is the top level domain. This is the domain that you buy if you go to somewhere like Namecheap, GoDaddy, any of the other hosting providers, and you buy a domain name. That is the top level domain name. Okay, so what is a subdomain? A subdomain is a domain that comes off of the root domain. So an example of this would be tutorials.newzenler.com. So the subdomain in this case would be tutorials. So these can be set up when you've got a domain name. You can set up, depending on your host, Namecheap or GoDaddy, you can set up a subdomain. So a subdomain is built off of it. There's no real difference apart from you're setting up a kind of character. So if you go to a lot of sites, you're going to see this name before the main domain name. So like tutorials.newzenler.com, you see this pop up occasionally. Like on my site, for instance, I've got mojo.design, but then I've got my actual Zenler platform set up at courses.mojo.design. So I've set up a subdomain. So it's up to you whether you want to choose a domain or a subdomain. Now, why would you choose a subdomain? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One being that you might want to set up a website on your main domain, and then you might want to set something else up on a subdomain. So you can that way split the site into different sections. Okay, so that's really what it is. So that's a little bit of an introduction on domains and subdomains. So make sure you're kind of clear with that. I've done a little graphic here. Just have a look at this and you'll see. So as you can see here, what we have is we have a main domain that you bought, and we have the subdomains that you can set up. So you can set up a subdomain, tutorials.newzenler.com, another one, example 1.newzenler.com, and example 2.newzenler. So you can set up lots of subdomains. Now sometimes you're limited with the amount you can set up, but that's how you can set them up. Now inside those subdomains, you know, because they are separate things, you could set up a WordPress site, you can connect to Zenler as a school, you know, you could do lots of different things in those subdomains if you wanted to. So say like for me, for instance, with mojo.design, I might want to set up one for a jewelry that I'm doing. So I might want to set up an online shop. So I could call it jewelry.mojo.design. For my courses, I have a course which I already have, which is courses.mojo.design. Then a flagship, which is my main domain, which is mojo.design. So the same with the way Zenler have done it here. We set up a tutorials.newzenler, so it's a subdomain of the new Zenler site. So hopefully that is really clear for you guys. That is the difference between domains that you buy and subdomains that you set up underneath your actual main domain name. So that is all there is to it. So we're going to break straight in now to setting domains and custom domains and linking them all to your new Zenler platform. Now be aware also that if you're using the free version of Zenler, then you are not going to be able to set up custom domains or subdomains. This is really important. So if you need that facility, you're going to have to upgrade to the Pro or the Premium package. Okay guys, so let's get on with the course now, and I'll see you in the next lecture.